Hey guys, welcome back to the FixItPhillip Auto channel. Thank you for watching. Today we have a 2010 Cadillac Escalade 6.2 liter V8, and the customer says that the cruise control does not work. He did say it intermittently worked once or twice for him, but 99% of the time it doesn't work. So we're gonna hook up a scan tool, look at some data PIDs, do some tests where we need to do them. We're gonna hook up this scan tool I got a couple weeks ago. It's a TOPDON Phoenix Smart. So past couple weeks I've been messing around with it, trying it out, and so far I really like it. So we're going to use that today. It is connected via Bluetooth to this box. That's where you hook it up to the vehicle. This is the MDCI Pro. This thing is cool because it's also a J box, a pass-through. So you can hook it up via USB to a laptop. You can use OE software, but today we're just going to hook it up to the Phoenix Smart, and we'll see what we find. All right, so I hooked up a battery tender just so we don't drain the battery with the ignition on. We'll get this plugged in. Turn the ignition on. Okay, so this thing's ready to go. We'll set that aside. All right, so we're just gonna do auto scan. I'll pick up the VIN number. Scan. All right, so with trailer brake. So this scan tool is cool because it has all this topology. You can do a smart scan and it'll scan all the modules. Kind of gives you a layout of the communication system, how it's connected. So let's do a smart scan. We'll just scan all the modules. You can see we have one code in the ECM, the engine control module. So we'll just let this thing run through and see what codes we have. Okay. I also like this thing because it shows you the voltage of the battery. So you can click individual modules. Right here, stored in the ECM. P0573 brake switch circuit 1 high voltage. You can do it that way, or you can do a report. Just skip this for now. So it'll generate a report that you could email, which is cool, but it'll give you a whole layout of all the codes in each module. We'll label it as a pre-scan before we do any work to it. So you can put in whatever information you want here, customer, shop information, and it'll go down and show you how many codes are in each module. And if you go farther down, it'll break it down. So here's that P0573. So he does have a TPMS light on, but today we're focusing on the cruise control issue. Now, if there is an issue with a brake switch, it will disable the cruise control. So we know that. But last time when he came in, I did a quick check on some data PIDs as he was passing by, and none of these buttons were responding. So we're going to look at it again today and see if he has a problem with these buttons as well. Okay, so let's just go into the ECM here. I'm going to pull up some data PIDs here and take a look at them. Take a look at that fault code again. DPT display. Just one code in the engine computer. Let's look at some cruise control data PIDs. Let's see, cruise control switch, or actually here. There's two output signals from the one brake switch, so that's those two there. We'll look up some data PIDs too as far as the button goes. Cancel switch. Weather switch, cruise on and off switch, cruise resume, coast, I think that's it. Press OK. So you can view them all like this. We're gonna graph it. So as far as this switch goes, you need to make sure that you have this enabled. But if we press the resume switch, actually look, you can see this off, on, hold the resume switch, let go. So they're working right now. The other day they weren't working. This little light would illuminate, but none of these buttons were registering. So we'll take a look at that. Let's see the set switch. You can see that there. On, off, on. And the cancel switch. Off, on. Okay, let's look at the two signals coming from the brake switch here. Just gonna start it up. So it has a cool little thing you can pull out. Set it right here. Come on. Okay, so if I step on the brake, you can see applied, take my foot off, released. Now when I hit the brake, this one here with my foot off the brake pedal is applied, and that one's not changing. That's brake pressed, brake released, brake pressed, brake released. Let's see, the brake light's working. The brake lights work. So let's take a look at the switch. There's two wires going in with 12 volts, and then there's two wires going out. So let's look at the output signals, these two here, and see what's going on. All right, here's a wiring diagram of the stop lamp switch. It's right there on top of the brake pedal bracket. It's a 4-wire switch. Yeah, you have a 12 volt reference from the BCM coming into it, and you also have another 12 volts coming in that comes from this miscellaneous ignition fuse number 43. So this is supposed to have 12 volts, this is supposed to have 12 volts, and I believe this is showing the switch in its resting state. In other words, the brake pedal is not being applied. So orange and white comes in 12 volts, purple wire is supposed to come out with 12 volts, the pink 12 volt wire with the brake pedal not depressed, this should not have voltage, and when the brakes are applied this should have voltage. So let's hook up a multimeter and see what we find. Let's see, I'm just going to start it. We'll get this multimeter hooked up. Okay, so we'll just hook up, find a good ground somewhere. This will work. I'll see if I can get you guys under here, show you where the switch is at. So here's a switch right here. Here's the 4 wires. So the 2 middle ones should be 12 volts all the time. Here's that white and red one. Yep, well, it's 14.5 just because it's running right now. Let's see. Pink one. Yep, same. So I got that T-pin in there to the purple wire. So that's brake pedal not depressed. Push down, goes to 0 volts, back up. Battery voltage, back down. So that's good. Let's check the other one. The light blue and white. So that's brake pedal off 14, brake pedal down still 14, so it doesn't change. It's supposed to be switching on and off, and the code specifically said that it's usually for short to power. That's what it looks like it is. So let's get a brake light switch and then we'll replace it and we'll test it again. Alright, so we'll just unplug this connector. We got one 10mm nut here. Sorry, bolt. Okay. Now we got this clip. Right there. And this will just slide right out. Okay. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. It's kind of gummy. Put a little bit of lube on there. I just had some dielectric grease on me. That'll work. Then we have a standard brand switch. It's a SLS 450. Here's the old one. Let's see. There we go. Put this bolt back. Okay, plug this back in. Okay, let's check this light blue and white wire at the top again, the one that was stuck at battery voltage before. Okay, so 0.2 volts with the brake pedal not applied. We apply it, 14 volts. Applied, off. So now it's not stuck at 14. All right, let's look at it now. Okay, here's the two brake pedal position circuit signals. Push down, both applied, released, applied. Very good. Okay, let's clear these codes out and press the brake pedal a couple times, see if the code comes back on, which it shouldn't. Clear DTCs. Okay, no more codes. Check it one more time. Just press the brake pedal a few times. Nothing. Good. As far as the cruise control switches go, I did talk to the customer. He wants to go ahead and replace this, just because the other day when he came by, it was not working. And regardless if that code's on or not, we should still see inputs going to the computer, you know, on these data PIDs when you click these buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out this for the customer as well. There's one. There's a clip you got to push in on this. There it is. Okay. Here's the new GM switch. This is the part number, the GM 158-24110. We got to move this cover here that's overlapping by this horn bracket, so we'll take these Torx off and take it off in layers. All right, looks like it's a T30. Yep. Okay. There's that one connector there, and this is bridged together right here. So I'm going to take these two little forks off. Okay. Here's that guy. We just gotta unscrew it from this trim piece. And here's a new one. Just plug this back in. Okay. I'm going to show you guys this these little holes here where you go in to release the airbag. You just push this right here and open it up on both sides. You should just push right back together. Okay. Let's give this new switch a try. Alright guys, I'll put it back together. Here's the data pits pulled back up again. Remember the brake pedal position circuit signal, this one here was constantly showing applied no matter what, whether you hit the brake or not. This one was working, you know, going on and off as you hit the brake. Now push the brake down, you can see they're both showing applied. Take the foot off, released, push it down, applied, and went through all these buttons here. Everything's working. we're gonna give it a test drive and make sure the cruise control works. Okay, let's get up to about 40. We'll set the cruise control. And it's working. Let's raise the speed. Good. Cancel. Just cancel. Set it back. Okay. It's working fine. There's a dog right in the middle of the road. Excuse me, doggy. Alright guys, well the cruise control is working fine, no more codes. We were able to track down that faulty brake light switch being shorted to power. That light blue and white wire was stuck at battery voltage all the time, and instead of switching when you hit the brake pedal, so it took care of that. As far as the cruise control switch, I mean, I was trying to get it to act up today and I couldn't, but definitely the other day it was not working. You're gonna have to trust me on that one. But we got that cruise control switch on the steering wheel replaced as well. It's a fairly inexpensive switch from GM, so got that popped in there as well. I'm gonna leave a link of the TOPDON Phoenix Smart information and where you can buy it on the description below. I really like the scan tool. I'm gonna make some more videos showing what it can do. We just barely scratched the surface of what it can do. I mean, it can do programming, relearning, actuation tests. I mean, you name it, it can do it. So really like this tool so far. Thank you guys very much for watching Fix It Phillip, and I'll see you next time.